So pronation, when we're running, is that movement when the arch pushes in and the ankle rolls in slightly, and that is a natural movement and it's part of our running gait that we actually do want to happen so that the arch of the foot can spread out and it can absorb the shock and then spring that energy off. If we've got foot issues and we've got deficiencies in the function, that can impair our running form and impair our running performance, but also it can cause injuries and issues down the line. So we want to strengthen our feet to stop over-pronation. So pronation is good, it's a nice natural part of the body, but we don't want over-pronating and collapsing and lack of function. So this practice is going to help create strength and function in the feet so that we get that nice, good, strong, active pronation. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some feet underneath the hips. We're going to do some toga. So we're going to start with lifting the big toes, pushing the four toes down. So what that looks like is I'm going to try and push the four toes down and the big toe up. Put four toes down, big toe up. And this might feel quite frustrating to start. So you might find like, oh, I can't even do that. There's no chance of doing that. So you might want to start with one foot and then do the other foot. But we're going to try and just do this, pushing the four down, squeezing the one up. That's going to work. The big toe muscle is going to squeeze, but also it's the central nervous system. So the signal from the brain to the toes is telling the toes to do their work. So then we can start to, again, strengthen that neural pathway, strengthen that signaling pathway, and create healthier foot function. And the feet are our foundations. So we'll continue to do this whilst I'm talking, sorry. So pressing the four toes down, lifting the one up, just continue to squeeze. The feet are our foundations. So like a house, if we built a house on dodgy foundations, the house would have cracks up the walls. We need to strengthen the feet and the big toes to create a healthy body whilst we're running as we step every single step. Okay, we're nearly there. Should be starting to feel maybe a little bit of an ache or a cramp. Okay, and then we're just going to have a little bit of a pause. Should feel like a lot of work gone on there. If you're struggling to really do that, again, that's a really good indication that we need to be working on that a lot more. So come back to this exercise or practice it as much as you can every single day. Okay, this one, now what we're going to do, this is my left but looks like your right. So we're going to go right foot steps into the floor. Make sure we make a good connection with that big toe. And then from here, all we're going to do is we're going to balance with a slightly bent knee on that right leg. And we're going to bring the left toes just out to the side and across the body out to this side. So we're just going to go left and right with this. So we're going to go left and right, and we're just balancing, making sure that we're pushing strongly down with that big toe. Trying to stay light with the feet, try not to tap the foot down, just a really tiny little tap. So we're staying balanced. We're going to go for about a minute. And all of that side to side movement is pushing the foot into pronation, turning it in, and supination, pushing it onto the outside. So the big toe has to work to stabilize and strengthen. So make sure, again, if you look down, make sure that big toe is pressing. Imagine if you had your thumb pressing into the floor. That's exactly what we want your big toe to be doing, really pushing down into the floor. Keep breathing. You can use your arms for balance. You can touch down every now and then if you need to. Should be feeling quite an intense burn in the arch of your foot and the toe, maybe up into the shins or the calf muscles, and then release. So you should feel quite a lot of work going on in that lower leg there. Again, that's a good indication that we're working into the right area and we're strengthening it. We're going to go into the other side. So standing into that left foot, slightly bent left knee. I'm going to push down with that big toe, and then from there we're going to go nice and wide with the right foot, to the right, to the left. Use the arms to balance with really, really lightly tapping that foot. Really, 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 really exaggerated that really, didn't I? Okay, and just, again, make sure we continue to push down through that big toe. As we do this left and right, really pushing down through the big toe. I can feel that this side for me is so much stronger. So much more power and stability in the foot. Keep breathing, strengthening the feet with every single movement of that pronation turning in, supination turning it out. I've just got so much more stability on this side for me. So what's your What do you notice about your sides? Again, you can learn to self-coach when you understand, actually, I've got something going wrong on that left or the right side. I need to work on that a little bit more. I need to strengthen that. Okay, and then release. Good work. So again, that was, for me, not as much as at this side. I could feel not as much of a burn. This side was really working hard. What do you notice about each side? Was that about the same? Was it different on each side? Have you got an imbalance? Again, if you have got an imbalance, do these exercises, work on it, and notice how you can strengthen that imbalance out. So we're going to go back into my left, your right. I'm going to go back onto that foot, but this time what we're going to do is just slightly lifting the heel off the floor, pushing for the big toe and the ball of the big toe to create stability, and activating the arch of the foot and the big toe muscle. We're going to hover the heel off the floor, and then we're going to slowly hover this left foot off the floor. I'm going to try and balance, again, for as long as we can, bringing that heel up as high as we can. Really pushing the big toe and the ball of the big toe in. You will tap down lots with this, that's fine, but create a good strength. Use your arms for balance. Really strengthening those feet. Again, this is really going to help that excessive pronation. You might already starting to feel a quite significant burn. Just keep taking a pause and a rest if you need to. Again, try not to touch the heel, down the heel stays. High as you push the big toe in, keep breathing. It is quite hard to focus and talk. And then all them little bits of movement. Really start to feel the burn. Well, the last 10 seconds. And done. And time. That for me was really burning. Really burning. Again, I've got an issue with this side for me, slight more issue that I'm strengthening at the moment. So we're going to go into that left side again, pushing down through the big toe and the ball of the big toe, elevating the heel off the floor, and then arms out for balance, stay relaxed in the body, and then we're going to go up with that other foot, that right foot, hovering now, and then straight away, as soon as I come up, I can feel I've got more stability and balance, although I've just tapped down there, but I can feel like I've got miles more strength, stability, and this just feels like I've got more power to generate, which is exactly what the foot does. It generates and absorbs the shock, and then generates the power with a push. So it transfers the movement energy through the rest of the body that have generated all that power down through to the foot. So the glutes and the hamstrings working to generate that power all goes down the body to create a strong active lever that then the toe off pushes nice and strong. So if the foot's dysfunctional, that transfer of the power and the energy as you're pushing off will not be as functional. Well, the last 10 seconds. And also, like I said at the beginning, the foot absorbs the shock as the foot hits the floor to start with. So as the foot's hitting the floor to start with, and as it's pushing off the floor to come out of the first bit of that, your running gait, your last bit of running gait and toe off, sorry, and come down, not talking too much, just pedal through those feet. Basically, we want strong, healthy feet. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we need a wall or something to hold on to. If you haven't, just give this video a quick like. Maybe leave a comment now or after the end of the video, just so I know that you're enjoying this practice and I can do more things like this that are going to help your body function better, going to help you run better and stronger. We're going to find a wall, holding the wall at chest height. We're going to step back at least a metre away from the wall. And what we're going to do is pushing from the big toe, again in the ball of the big toe, really pushing into that wall. I'm bending that knee. I'm going to hold this here. So you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm really, really driving. Again, I'm really, I like saying really, really. I'm driving really strongly into that big toe muscle to activate the arch of the foot as well as the big toe muscle, and I'm pushing my body into the wall from that big toe. I'm driving the knee up, which is also going to get some hip flexors work as well. So I'm going to strengthen my hip flexors as well as my feet, which is beneficial. So for doing this, I'm going to keep an eye on the time. We're doing about a minute to keep breathing. And also you can start to feel your body shaking. That's a signal that your central nervous system is starting to get like a little bit uncomfortable. It's like, whoa, what are you doing to me? Nearly there. We've got last 10 seconds coming up. Keep pushing from that big toe as if you're really pushing the whole body into the wall. 5 seconds. Keep breathing. And relax. Good work. Whew. Hip flexor work. I really feel my foot. Can you feel yours? I feel like it's burning. One more. I'm going to go into that other side now. So about 1 meter away from the wall. Pushing down into the big toe and the ball of the foot, hands at shoulder height, lean into the wall, and then drive the other knee up, and we're off. Let's go. Really push in for a minute. Driving that hip flexors as well, strengthening the hip flexors. Keep the elbows relaxed, keep the shoulders relaxed. There might be a little bit of work in the shoulders and triceps again. That's strengthening, it's good. So really driving into the walls if you're pushing your head and chest and the whole body into the wall from that big toe. More than halfway, well done, keep going. This is the last exercise on this foot strengthening workout. Last 20 seconds. So again, I'll ask if you've enjoyed this, just give it a like, give it a comment at the end. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe, and you get all of my videos when I post them. I've got last 5 seconds, you've done really well. Keep going. 2, 1, and time. Well done, come out of that. Good work. And then just have a little bit of a wiggle, have a little bit of a shake. How did those feet feel? Should feel like they've done a lot of weight. Should feel really like switched on, maybe buzzing, like quite active. This is gonna help strengthen those feet and stop over or excessive pronation. And it's going to help your efficiency in your foot contact and in your toe off. So it's going to help you run better. So come back and practice this video maybe 2 to 3 times a week to strengthen your feet and improve your running and reduce your injury risk. Thank you for practicing along with me.